welcome back to our channel. I am Asad.
And I'm Adrian.
And this is 18 Family Travels. Make sure you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. And hit that little notifications button so you can know when we drop new videos. And this is part 2 of our trip to Johannesburg. So, Miss Adrian, let's talk about Johannesburg. Just overall, what did you think about Johannesburg?
I enjoyed Johannesburg.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. There was so much to see, so much to do.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that trip.
Yeah.
I like that. How about you?
Johannesburg was great. I often said when I came back, it reminded me of like Atlanta in the early 2000s, or Houston. It's a great city, and you can see a lot of people are starting to do very well there. The first place we went to was
Soweto.
Soweto. Yes, Soweto. Now, I remember Soweto from, wasn't it a play?
Serafina?
Serafina. There was a play about Soweto.
My first introduction to Soweto was a book called Cry the Beloved Country that I had to read in middle school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you went to a good school. Reading. We were reading like Of Mice and Men or something.
Yeah, they talked about apartheid and everything. It was really cool.
My real introduction to South Africa was A Different World. They had an episode on apartheid in South Africa.
Guys, I just made a discovery. It's gonna rock this Casbah to its foundation. Orange Glow Soda Company, the largest employer of Hillman students, has not, I repeat, not divested from South Africa.
Yes, they did 3 years ago.
They lied. They still own the bottling plant there, and they provide the syrup.
Well, if you need any help organizing the boycott, I'm with you.
See, that's the importance of black media, black cinema, black television, to touch on those issues and to connect Black Americans with other Black people around the world. I would have never really understood the situation in South Africa had it not been for that episode of A Different World.
The West High School to go and hand over a letter to the authorities at Orlando Stadium, the stadium that we just passed by, that they do not want a language called Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Why is it that they did not want Afrikaans as a medium of instruction? The teachers were never trained to teach in Afrikaans. They were only trained to teach in English and other African languages. The students were failing their years and failing their grades. 16 June 1976, when the students got to the school, there were already over 300 policemen on the other side of the road who said to the student, go back home, go back to your schools. And that is when the students said, not until the letter has been handed over. The police started to shoot at the young one. The youngest one that was shot was the little boy who was being carried. His name was Dr. Peterson. He was only 13 years old at the time. He was already on the ground. As the other students were running, the bigger boy, he saw the little boy on the ground. He picked him up. At the time when the two were running, the sister also joined in while there were three. A photojournalist by the name of Sam Zimmer, he took the very same picture. That picture was banned in South Africa, but somehow they did manage to smuggle the picture from the country to the international world. When it was received by the international world, they said, South Africa, we do not like what you are doing to the young people.
True.
So, but we went to Soweto. And what were you most surprised about Soweto?
The diversity of Soweto, it was like there were really nice areas in Soweto.
Right.
And then there were poor areas, but
Right.
I guess all this time I've always thought it was like just a township that it was all poverty. And then
Yes.
when you get there and you see like there's development and new homes and things like that, I was like, oh,
Right.
that's cool. Well, and as people are moving into a middle class and making more money, they're not necessarily leaving. Like people are very proud of Soweto. So
yeah.
they're investing in Soweto. And I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. So the World Cup came to South Africa about a decade ago, and in preparation, they built this huge stadium that holds 94,000 people. Right
That was
now,
a big deal.
it's a big old deal. And in comparison, right, at one time the Louisiana Superdome was the largest indoor stadium in the world, and it only holds 68,000 people, maybe 70,000 people. So the stadium in South Africa has a 20,000 person advantage. And like 20,000 people, that's a city. That's a city of people.
Yeah, after that, I mean, we did go into Soweto, but we had a chance to visit the home of Nelson Mandela. And that was good to take the kids there and see the pictures and kind of all the relics that are still there from when he lived there. What'd you think of it?
You know, Nelson Mandela is absolutely a phenomenal figure in history.
Yeah.
It's really hard to compare him to like a figure in the U.S. Black history. You can kind of compare him to Dr. King fighting for civil rights and, you know, fighting against racism. However, you can compare him to Barack Obama, right? He was the first black president of his country.
But who could you compare him to that he spent so many years in prison?
Right. So he spent 27 years in prison. He fought the power before he went to prison. He went to prison for fighting for racial equality and the liberation of black South Africans. He comes out and he becomes the president of the country. So it's pretty hard to compare Nelson Mandela to anyone or to compare anyone to Nelson Mandela. We have a lot of phenomenal black history makers in the U.S., but he kind of crosses both worlds. He's a revolutionary. He's a civil rights leader as well as a politician.
Right.
A president, not just a politician, a president. So
and
that's
a great politician.
Right. Well, when Nelson Mandela died, I mean, the entire world mourned the death of Madiba. Is that what they call it? Madiba. So when Nelson Mandela died, the entire world mourned the death of Madiba. It is. And what does that mean, father?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. If any of our South African friends can let us know, please leave it in the comments.
Was it just a nickname he had?
I thought it meant father because he was the father of the country and Winnie was the mother of the country. And we cannot talk about South Africa without talking about Winnie Mandela. I mean, this sister was a freedom fighter. She led the ANC also. So this is someone, I mean, this couple, but this was like a power couple. You talk about Michelle and Barack. You can't talk about Michelle and Barack without talking about Nelson and Winnie. And again, watch this. When I talk about black cinema, when we watch the Cosby Show, right? So this is how brilliant the Cosby Show actually was. Seems like a sidebar, but it's fitting. Sandra, the oldest daughter, on the Cosby Show, she married a guy named Elvin. And they had a set of twins.
They sure did.
And the twins were named
Nelson and Winnie.
I read it outside.
Winnie and Nelson.
That's right.
Yeah. So Soweto is the only place on planet Earth, one neighborhood, that has produced two Nobel Prize winning individuals. Yeah. Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. From the same neighborhood. Yeah. That's like...
That's huge.
That's huge, yeah. You know, New Orleans, we got Master P and Baby. We got Master P and Baby. Yeah, and Soweto has Nelson Mandela
and
Desmond Tutu.
Bishop Desmond Tutu.
Yeah. So this kind of sums up our trip to South Africa. I mean, we did Cape Town, we did Kruger National Park, and we did Johannesburg. So,
and we left there thinking we need a home here.
Yeah. So I think our next video is about our home purchase.
Yep.
In South Africa. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.